Several top finishes, coupled with qualifying for two of the biggest women's amateur championships in the world, resulted in a spectacular season for 18-year-old Katie Lee of Fiddler's Elbow. Her consistent high-level play in 2023 has earned the honor of being named the inaugural MGA Women's Player of the Year.
All inaugural things are great because it's a step in the right direction, especially for women's golf. I would be incredibly honored to get it because it's the MGA. It's near and dear local to my heart.
She's the hardest working golfer I've ever seen. You know, every summer she's out here minimum 6 hours. It's unbelievable. She's practicing on the putting green or on the driving range. She's always asking me to go out and play with her. It's awesome, and the dedication she puts into her work is just truly paying off.
In what was an incredibly strong start to the season, Lee finished second at the Women's Dixie Amateur and tied for second at the AJGA Annika Invitational. Both played in Florida.
Dixie was the first time I was ever in a playoff, and I took a lot from that, and then I had a lot of momentum going into Annika.
I think any great player, their benchmark of success is getting into national championships, and getting into one is a good season, getting into match play is a great season, and then qualifying for not just U.S. Girls Junior and making match play, but then for the U.S. Women's Amateur. I think for any player in the country, that's a really successful year. So for her, I'm sure that hit a lot of benchmarks, but to play in 2 national championships is a very impressive accomplishment.
Every single time I play one of those national events, I really want to play well, but it's also a really big learning experience for me because I'm surrounded by the best players, not only in the country, but I would say the world, like especially the U.S. Women's Am and the U.S. Junior. So even if I don't play the greatest, I still try to look from all angles and look to see the positives.
The amount of tournaments she plays and how well she doesn't give herself enough credit. You know, she is a great player.
In June, Katie competed against the pros in the Mizuho America's Open at Liberty National Golf Club.
Aside from it being in my home state, I got to play with Jin Young Ko, which I think at the time was #1. She was #1, and there was a big crowd following, so it was so much fun. My caddy was a lot of fun. He was a great time on the bag, and really a blast listening to all the applause.
Katie is now enjoying her first year at Duke University, where she competes on the golf team.
Duke is my dream school. It was my dream school for a bit, but I had to go in with an objective mind. But the minute me and my dad both stepped on campus, we were like, this is the place. And then we got to spend a whole day with the coaches, and we got along really well. And then to top it all off, the food is really good, so that's always a good thing. Big thanks to my family, but especially my dad. When I was younger, he would go to the golf course with me every single day, and he took me to so many tournaments. He put in so much time and effort, and I think without him, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So big shout out to Dad.
Well, you couldn't pick a better first, winner. She's awesome. You know, that will set a precedent for all the other hard-working girls.
Really just a great year for her, and I think a rewarding outcome to see such a great player be the inaugural Women's Player of the Year.
Well, this season's been a pretty fun one. I've been all over the country, and I've been out of the country too. It's definitely one I won't forget.